Hello everyone, it's Ryan with PrecisionLED, and today we have a 2012 Toyota Highlander. We'll be installing a PrecisionLED 5730 conversion kit. This install is compatible with 2007 to 2013. That'll be your second gen. Today we'll be installing lights on your map light, your dome, trunk, vanity mirror, courtesy door, license plate, and reverse. With each kit comes an interior trim tool set you'll see us using throughout the video. You have your serrated knife tool, your pointed wedge tool, and your crowbar fork tool. Let's get started. We're looking now at the front map light. As you can see, I already went ahead and did the driver's side, so we're just going to do the passenger side and match it up. You're going to want to take the flat end of your serrated knife tool, suppress the little button here, insert your tool perpendicular, create space between the lens, and release. After you've released the lens, it may be a little bit difficult to reach the halogen bulb, so we like to use the little tape trick. Creating a U with the tape, you're going to want to shape it around the bulb, and with the excess tail of the tape, just give it a quick yank and it should release the halogen. It's important to note that with these premium LEDs, they are non-polarity specific, so they should turn on right immediately once you insert them. Everything's good, so now it's time to reinsert the lens here. You're going to want to use the suppressor here and insert that first. Now, using just some pressure, you're going to just press on the tabs that you released, locking the lens into place. And we're all set. Here we are in the rear dome light. We're going to be using the pointed end of our serrated knife tool. Now, in order to remove this lens, there's little indentations right here and here that you're going to want to insert this tip in. You could insert the tool in one of the indentations, removing the lens. Now, the bulb may be a bit difficult to remove with your fingers, so we're just going to use a little piece of tape here. You're going to want to create a U shape and wrap it around the bulb. Secure connection, and with the tail end of the tape, you just pop it out. When reinserting the premium LEDs, it's important to note they're non-polarity specific. Once it's installed, you'll just want to test before reinserting the lens. We're all good. When reinserting the lens, you'll want to line up these two tabs here towards the rear of the vehicle. Line them up with their respective indentations, and with just a bit of force, you'll just apply, and the lens pops back into place. Here we are in the rear of the vehicle looking at the trunk light. Now we're going to be inserting our tool into these indentations here on the switch side. You'll just be going in with the pointed end of the serrated knife tool, creating space and releasing the lens. To release this bulb here, you're just going to want to move this tab here, and it'll drop the halogen bulb. Now, in order to install this LED, I'll be using pliers, just so my hand's not in the shot. Now, you're going to want to insert one end of this festoon bulb on the stationary end of the release tabs, and then just pushing the LED into place. Now, before reinserting the lens, you'll want to angle the LED boards down to have the most light. Now let's test the bulb before reapplying the lens. Looks good. When reinstalling the lens, you'll want to line up these two tabs here towards the rear of the vehicle first, and then with applying just a little bit of pressure at the indentations that we went in to remove the lens, snap it right back into place. We're looking now at the passenger vanity mirror light. We're going to be using the fork end of our crowbar tool. We're going to be going in right here in between the lens and the outer housing here. Creating space to release the lens here. Then we'll be using the pointed end of our wedge tool here to just push the halogen bulb out. When reinserting the LED, you want to make sure that the little LED wires are pushed towards the outer end to ensure that the light will turn on. Reinsert. Test. Now the lens is ready to put back on. There's a bigger plastic portion here that you're going to want to insert first on the inner side of this housing here. And then just by using some pressure, snapping it into place. We're looking now at the driver courtesy door light. Once again, using the flat end of our serrated knife tool, we're going to be inserting the tool on the innermost portion of the lens housing, creating space and releasing the lens. After exposing the halogen bulb, we're going to be using the pointed end of our wedge tool here, insert in between the two connectors, slide upward, releasing the halogen bulb. Once again, these are the premium LEDs that are non-polarity specific, so they will turn on as soon as you insert them. Everything's all good, so we're ready to reinstall the lens housing here. You're going to want to insert first with the power connector end on the outermost side of the door. Using some force, pushing in the lens, and you're good to go. Here we are in the rear of the vehicle looking at the license plate light. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the lens here, but in our case we're going to be using a power drill just to save us some time. After removing the screw, you'll just want to, with your finger, slide the lens over to release it, and it should drop down. Now in order to remove the power connector here, you're just going to want to grab it, turn it counterclockwise, and it should give a quick click to be able to remove it. Here we have our PrecisionLED license plate light. You'll just want to insert into this hole here. Now before reinstalling the lens, you'll want to test the LED light. Looks good. So now we're ready to reinstall the housing. You'll want to line up these tabs here with their respective holes in order to reinsert the bulb, and once it sits flush, you'll want to turn counterclockwise to lock it into place. Now when reinserting this lens here, you want to put it in with the power connector side first, slide it up, and you'll want to line up this tab here with the little indentation, just like that. Now we're ready to reinsert the screw. We're looking now at the access port for the backup reverse light. Now in order to gain access to the backup reverse light, we'll have to remove this panel here. Ignore this cord, this is just for the second angle we're going to be using. Now in order to remove this panel, there's a little indentation right here. We could use the pointed end of our serrated knife tool to wedge in between, create space, and pry that open. As soon as you have access, the backup reverse light is located right here, and it's this black cable here with the gray connector. Now you can get a grip on the connector, twist it counterclockwise to release the bulb, and pull it out. It should release. Now what I was gripping was this plastic power cable and releasing it by turning it counterclockwise. After you have access to the halogen bulb, you just pop it out, replace it with our premium backup reverse light T10 LED, and insert. Now before reinstalling, you're going to want to test the LED to make sure everything works. Everything looks good, so now we can just reattach the power connector here. So you're going to want to line up these tabs here with the holes that are located right here on the connector. Once you feel the connector sitting flush with its housing, you're just going to want to give it a little twist counterclockwise, or I'm sorry, clockwise, locking it into place. As you can see, it's not going anywhere, and you're good to go. All you have to do is just reinstall this paneling. You're going to want to line up these two bottom tabs first with these peg holes right here, and to reinsert, and then locking these two lock tabs into the upper portion here.
And that's the end of the installation. If you have any questions or concerns, please email us at help@precisionled.com, or you can reach us online and submit a support ticket at www.precisionled.com/contact. Now, like we said before, please like or subscribe if you enjoyed the video or enjoyed the process for what we do. It really does help us out when we make the next one, knowing that there's people out there watching the videos. Have a good one.